The garden.
The
Oh, my
garden.
Lord. That was a big, big job. So the garden was overgrown badly. So we had to go, we actually took the excavator, took the fence down, took the excavator in the garden, dug it all up, all that trees and all that stuff, and then a lot of hand digging.
Yeah.
Roots and stuff. And then we tilled it for a couple of weeks.
In this outside row, we have mostly flowers planted. Got to make sure the bees have lots of flowers. But we also put corn right in this section right here. Got daylilies coming up, mixed in with some iris. And then we planted a couple other perennials in here. And then I threw in a bunch of seeds. Oh, and we're growing kitties. And over on this side, we have strawberry plants. We've got 2 different kinds of plants coming up. So hopefully we'll have lots of strawberries. Oh, and we have a rogue chicken in the garden. You need to come out of the garden there, Missy. No chickens in the garden area. Then inside the garden, along the fence right here, we've got 2 different types of asparagus plants coming up. We've got mint coming up. Those are the peas. And then all along the outside of the fence right there, we've got some raspberry bushes and we've got cucumber plants coming up. This first section over here I haven't planted yet, but that's where the cantaloupe are going to be. And then right here in this section, we've got the broccoli and Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. Got peppers coming up here. I've got lettuce seeds down in the bottom, but they haven't come up. Yesterday I put in beets and radishes. That's the kale kind of going to seed, but I left it there because a lot of the bees are coming up and hitting the flowers. And then along the outside over here, we planted rhubarb, and we've got different onions. And then all intermixed with these, we've got different kinds of flowers, edible flowers, and herbs. So here is the first part of the shed. They brought it down from the tobacco barn. It used to be a playhouse, and now it's going to be my shed over by the garden. And here comes the second part of the shed, which is just the floor.
Actually, we're just going to take these 6 boards out and replace these 6 boards. Just put solid boards and take all the trim off, and then be solid.
You're switching saws.
Yep, this one goes through this double 2x4s. This one goes. It's got to slide all the way back this way.
Okay.
And we're gonna stand it up.
Uh-huh.
And then I gotta get these more level, more together. And then I gotta run a couple of legs through that. Then we lay it down this way.
Love it. Okay.
So it doesn't have to come back far, just off of these rocks.
All right.
Up we go. Up. See how these rock? Yeah. That needs to. I'm gonna kick it. All right.
Don't. Looks like he's got to back it up a little bit.
Back it up some. Yeah, that's good. Beautiful.
And ta-da! There is the she shed. He enclosed in the back, he closed in this side, using different boards to make pretty cool patterns. And now I've got a dry side to keep some of the tools dry. And of course we had to put up the sign. And then inside I've got some shelves now and just a couple of tools hanging up. Do a quick garden update. It's been raining like crazy, which is good to make all the vegetables grow, but it's also bringing out all the weeds. So today I'm going to spend the day getting everything kind of weeded and fertilized. But look at our lovely corn. I think this is the first year we were able to plant corn without the squirrels and the birds and mice and rats and everything else digging it up. And then past the corn, past the rock, past the weeds. You can see my strawberry plants are coming up. And look at that, they're starting to bloom. Good thing we have bees to get everything pollinated. And my onions. And then stepping into the garden. Do a quick tour of the outside. These asparagus did not come up very well. These guys, you can see, have started coming up. And then of course we've got mint in here. But this is just the first year that I have the asparagus planted, so I'm just keeping it all cut back, and hopefully next year we'll get some. And then my peas, again, they're all starting to bloom. And of course I had to leave my wild daisies in here. More peas, parsley, more peas, more mint, and one lone tomato plant that didn't quite fit in the row. And then I've got my cucumber plants all along the side, another parsley plant, one raspberry bush, cucumbers, 2 raspberry bushes, and more cucumber plants. And then we go on to the green beans, Ryan's favorite. And then the green beans move into the lima beans, my favorite. I like succotash. And then this was actually a tomato plant that I started, gosh, last fall I think, and they grew in the house all winter, and I've transplanted them outside. So they're starting to get some blooms. Hopefully we'll have some cherry tomatoes. I just put some rhubarb in here. The first seeds I put in didn't come up. I think it's because I didn't keep them wet enough. I'm trying that again. And then I've got more onions along the outside of the fence. And then here we are back at the gate. So the first row I have planted in the garden are my tomato plants. And then I have the next row, sweet potatoes, and then more tomato plants. And these are all volunteers that came up, all the sunflower seeds, or all the sunflower plants, so I kept these in here so I can feed the birds and the chickens this winter. And then in the next row are my potato plants, and they are just starting to come up in between the weeds, so I don't really want to weed in here yet until all the potato plants are up. And then in the first block I have right here, there's some spinach left over. And you can see that I put mounds in. This is going to be my cantaloupe patch. And then in this block I have different types of peppers. Edible flowers. And then I've got zucchini. And over here, look at this lovely thing. I've got my cauliflower heads coming up. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then my broccoli is just starting in my broccoli plants. I've also got these 4 right here are Brussels sprouts. More broccoli plants. You can see they're all just kind of starting to head right there. That one started early, so I'm just going to let that one go to seed, let the bees be happy. More nasturtiums, my edible flowers. I also have onions planted in here. They said to plant the onions in with a lot of the different vegetables, except for the tomatoes. I don't think you're supposed to plant them with tomatoes to help to keep the bugs down. And then in this block right here, besides the wild sunflower seed, or sunflower, I've got my watermelon plants. So I bought a couple of watermelon plants, and then I also planted some seeds. So some of these are just starting to come up. So you can see I got a lot of weeding to do today. But overall, I'm really happy. And yesterday after the rain, because it's not supposed to rain for a couple of days, I went ahead and sprayed all the vegetable plants with neem oil. I really prefer to use as natural pesticides as I can. This is the first time I've used this. It's an organic enriched fertilizer. So I'm going to put that on all the vegetables today as I'm trying to weed and dig some dirt up all around the plants. So hopefully that'll make them produce even more fruits and veggies.
Where are you going?
Come on, I'm going to show you what's growing in the garden.
In the garden. All right, we like gardens. Except,
It is almost the 1st of July.
yep,
So
crazy.
it is. I had everything planted the end of April, 1st of May, and I did a video then. So let's do another update.
Yep,
Weeding.
those are weeds. Yep, I see that.
This is the tomato plant that I actually started last winter in the house.
Yeah, I remember those spindly little things.
Yeah. Look, now they've got little.
Tomatoes.
Yeah.
Little-
Little cherry tomatoes.
Little cherry tomatoes coming out.
And then, as I talked about before, in between the two fences, I've got mostly planted flowers
Why is there 2 fences?
because of the deer and
Keep
the
the
other
deer.
critters.
Keep the deer out.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, it's a pretty tall fence.
Yeah, I doubt they're gonna jump both fences.
See, all my daylilies are blooming now. I am not sure what this is. I think it's a type of phlox. And that's,
Maybe somebody will tell you.
right? That came up by itself. That's my hydrangea that I did have planted out in front of the house, but the deer decided that it was pretty munchy, so
Transplanted.
yeah, so I transplanted here and starting to come back. Look at the corn. Like we had other side, in between the fences, got my strawberry plants, which are starting to, what do you call that? Have shoots?
Have shoots, yep.
I know.
And you even have a strawberry somewhere.
I do, I've got a couple strawberries. And look, my onions are getting nice and big.
Onions.
Here's my little strawberry.
It was back up there when you showed it to me.
We have really good dirt here.
Uh,
But I thought about it. The other thing too that's different about this garden and our garden in Georgia,
is?
what do you think?
Oh, there's no pine trees over it.
Right? The sun. We've got sun here.
Yeah, we got lots of sun. And the pine trees in Georgia have made that soil real acidic. So this soil is perfect.
So these were extra beans that I just put here to come up because everybody likes beans. Whole beans,
Except for carnivores.
onions.
Carnivores like pole beans, they just don't eat them.
So I planted my rhubarb, but my rhubarb did not come up.
Uh-oh.
So
You're
I'm not the
rhubarbless.
only one.
Rhubarbless.
That's melons, cantaloupes. These are all the cantaloupes right here. I got extra corn planted here. From here to the end, right here, these are all lima beans coming. Oh, look at the June beetles are here. I better get my plants ready.
Oh yeah.
Gotta get my neem oil out.
Little dish soap.
Little neem oil. Zucchini. See if that zucchini coming,
Yep.
right?
That looks like a zucchini to me.
And these are ones that I oh, this one's ready to pick. Look at these beautiful things.
Look at those guys. Yeah.
That's fine.
Wow. That's nice.
Right?
Mhm.
And this was the cauliflower and the broccoli. And what I have left there, I left one head of cauliflower. And then we picked all the broccoli, but this is just kind of the outside shoots. So I'm letting this go for seeds. And of course my nasturtiums, which are really good, you can eat these. You put them in your salads and eat them. I'm not going to eat it right now because it's got a bug in it.
What a wimp.
Right? I don't want those stinking bugs.
Protein.
And then these are the green beans. baby beans. Little baby beans. And these are Miami watermelon.
Watermelon plants, yum. Keep watering these guys. Look, he's
Yeah, see, they're starting to flower.
He's going. Yep.
Did you send the bees over?
Right.
Send the bees. And my crazy cucumber plants. I picked cucumbers yesterday, but I can see I already got more I've got to pick today. I grew mostly the pickling cucumbers. I'm going to make some pickles. And I like the way they taste better. And then Brian's raspberry bushes, getting a little wild. And look at my lovely tomato plants. I'm so excited.
I see a tomato. All tomato plants.
I've got all different kind of tomato plants in here. I've got pink ladies, beefsteaks, stripies, yellows. I'm not sure what these are. This is one of the plants that the neighbor gave me.
That says pecan. That's a pecan tomato.
And then my peas, I've already picked the peas twice. We've been picking and freezing and making soups, getting ready for winter. There's my parsley, more peas. My daisies are blooming. Looks like there's been a kitty sleeping in the middle of them. And then, come around over this way. And all the sunflowers. Got to keep the yellow finch and my chickens happy. Sweet potatoes. And then mashers. Actually, these are a combination of just some baked potatoes and red potatoes all in this row. So yeah, everything's doing really well. I'm excited.
Cool.
We'll be eating well.
Cool. Where are you growing the beef? Where's the beef?
That's your job.
Where's the beef?
The cattle are supposed to be up there. On the
Right,
hill,
not yet. No fences.
Hey, but we got 5 more chickens, so we definitely get more eggs.
Right? Sounds good. You've done nicely, honey. Nice job. Out here by yourself in the heat. You have to get out here early, don't you?
You do. Even when you're out here early, it's a little warm right now.
A little wall-wum.
It's supposed to be cooler next week. So.
Yeah, it already is.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. Thanks for watching. See you guys next week. Subscribe.